here we see is a Volvo getting removed by what looks like an automated car removal. Drunk Turkish man joins search party for himself. If this story came out about yourself, you'd try and cover it up as much as you could. Guys, a lot of shit's been happening this week, including online shit. We're going to be looking at some of that, but there's a couple of fuck ups I've also had. We had this issue. Well, it was actually a couple months back, but I've only really got around to fixing it now. You hear people dropping their kettle on the carpet. You know, they might drop a mug, and it'll burn the carpet. I kind of somehow managed to drop a whole baking tray onto my girlfriend's carpet, right? It's one thing, destroying your own home, but destroying your girlfriend's home? Good, man. I mean, if I was having a good week with her, right, probably wouldn't have been that bad, but yeah, she literally just came back from like a job interview that didn't go too well, and I was cooking HelloFresh. It was one of those meals where I didn't look at the steps ahead. I thought the whole point of HelloFresh was, you just read the thing and it kind of does it for you. Like anybody who cooks HelloFresh, I don't look at them and go, oh, you're a chef, right?
I guess so, but do you not look at any recipes online? Do you just get all the ingredients and just fucking mash them together? Or? I've
kind of just done that over the years because I usually just cook for myself. So there's no kind of expectation, right?
Yeah, and not just that, if you fuck up, you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting anyone else.
Exactly.
So it's fine.
Did that. And it was to my defense, it asked me to cook rice in the oven. Now, for me, that was a first. I don't know if many of you out there have had to do that. I think in my culture anyway, that's not really a thing we do. That was a learning curve. I'm aware British cuisine is very limited and I've been learning a lot. But basically, if you're cooking HelloFresh, don't think you're a chef. And I learned the hard way because I was taking the rice out of the oven and I had been so messy that there was no room to place it anywhere on the countertop. So I thought the most appropriate thing to do would be to put the pan on the carpet in the hallway, because therefore my hands were burning. There was no place I could do it. I was cool. Went to wash my burn off, put cold water, and then when I went to take the pan off, there was this rectangular scorch mark. I'm sure Ben, could you pull it up now? In the grand scheme of things, that doesn't look that big there, right? But that's nearly the size of a door. That's nearly the size of a door. I end up calling the repair guy and I'm like, oh yeah, how much will it cost, man? Because it's just a little bit of carpet. First of all, explaining that you put a hot baking tray on a carpet.
I just want to ask, was there no hob or anything on this oven that you could just quickly put a tray on?
I was cooking two things on the hob.
And could you not maybe move the pots that you were cooking to put the tray on, or was it?
Yeah. There was a lot of...
Or was the floor the best option for you?
Dude, my hands were burning. I was like, it wouldn't burn the carpet, right? It's not going to stick to the carpet. And I went to pick it off and it was peeling a sticker off off a piece of paper or something. But yeah, the size of that is probably 2 A4 sheets of paper, something like that. And it's not just a job where you can just replace that specific part of the carpet. We got to get the whole hallway carpet replaced now. So that's a couple days work that I won't get back, that money. But
so it's coming out of your pocket as well.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, man. So basically, I think love, man, can make you do wild and crazy things. If I wasn't in love, I maybe wouldn't have cooked that HelloFresh meal and wouldn't be £200 less rich, man.
£200?
Yeah. It's gonna cost about that. Yeah.
Damn,
man. I've got money like that. Definitely. It is quite depressing, guys.
No,
but
podcast brings in big water.
Yeah. We're bringing in an ocean right now. We need to keep an eye on that. But Ben, have you ever had any kind of things as bad as that happen in the kitchen?
I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I take my time.
Yeah.
If a meal takes about 10 minutes to make, I would take about 30. I take my time with things, and I think that's just because I don't like making a mess. If I'm ever using flour or anything,
Yeah.
I'm making sure that there's no flour bits going on the fucking counter or anything. I take my time. So I don't really think I've made... One time I was making pesto pasta and I accidentally poured an entire can of oregano into it, and we still ate that.
Like the whole pot of like seasoning.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Made a mistake.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's more than a mistake. That's like a catastrophic.
It fell in, all right?
Yeah.
And I didn't mean for it to fall, but I was under the influence. And,
yeah.
I thought it would still taste all right.
But did it? Did it taste all right?
I was sort of gaslighting myself into thinking it tasted nice.
Just more oregano than pesto.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Damn, man.
Yeah. I had to watch some Family Guy to like fucking take my mind off it.
Yeah,
food pretty difficult.
The show you watch can definitely help you get through some bad meals, man. I've definitely had some bad 100%. Meals. I only recently started cooking stuff in the oven. I was too impatient to even leave the food to cook. I was like, if I fry everything, not fry, but cook something in a pan, I can see it be cooked. And in my brain, that was quicker, right? That was because frying something like that. So I've kind of become a little bit more patient. I suppose that coincides with me being more comfortable being alone. Maybe being more comfortable spending more time at certain tasks, right?
Yeah.
Everything to us now, quicker. Everything to us comes to us in an instant. Maybe we need to just do tasks like I think I found myself stretching the other day and found myself like rushing the stretches. And then like I told myself like, what have I actually got to do? Like, take the time.
No one has any patience anymore now.
Take the time. Like I even self-diagnose. I know I'm like that as well. But people all our age, like try like to pretend that we don't have any problems like that. But there is a real like problem with like attention spans and shit.
100%.
Do you see that in like the social groups you got now? Like just in terms of like, I don't see it as much when I'm at work because people aren't really on their phones. But I can imagine if like you're on a night out or at the pub. My friends aren't really like that, but I can imagine that's becoming more and more.
I know I'm bad for it. I bring my phone out quite a lot when I'm out.
Well, that's so you don't get lost, man. That's so people know where you are. You gotta.
I guess so, but like when I'm with a group of friends and that, I sometimes I feel guilty about it. Sometimes I feel like I'm not really living in the moment. I'm sort of taking taking myself away from it. I get pretty upset about it, but
because then you like look back at it, or there's no real way of knowing how much we spend on our phones. I mean, we've got our screen time per week. I mean, I got happy that mine's down by 5%. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Exactly.
I'm the Dalai Lama. I'm enlightened now. I'm like but yeah, man, a lot of shit is going on today. As you can see, the last couple episodes, I don't know if you've noticed, guys, I got braces. Got those old those metal things in my mouth, and if any of you have had anything in your mouth or anything metal, it's not great when it's in there all the time. I can't think of anything else apart from your teeth which you would want inside your mouth for a prolonged amount of time. And maybe some of you could differ. I don't know what jobs you guys kind of have out there, but this thing it was a tough pill to swallow at first, man. Got these couple women just like putting this metal shit in my mouth, and I'm like, it's really hard to see in 2 years' time the nice teeth I'll have. All for now is I just feel like I'm being I don't know, it just kind of feels like at first it felt like I had another set of teeth inside of me, dude.
Yeah,
it felt weird.
That sounds pretty weird.
The first meal I ate after getting them on, my dad took me to Weatherspoons and I had a mixed grill. Dude, it took me like, no joke, 40 minutes to eat the food, and by like 30 minutes the food had gone cold.
Yeah.
So it's even tougher, right?
There's no point eating that anymore.
Yeah. It made me kind of envious of you, man. You don't, your teeth probably haven't had to work as hard as my teeth throughout my life because of what I've eaten. Ben you're a vegetarian,
I'm
aren't you?
Vegan.
A vegan as well.
Yeah.
Damn. So do you think your teeth are like a rich man's son, not really done much work, kind of just reaping the reward, whereas my teeth have been out here working hard, chewing on that meat?
No, because I've only been vegan for 2 years. I've had my time chewing on
What's
some
your
meat.
favourite bit of meat you've had in your mouth before you went vegan?
See, you've worded that question quite funnily on purpose. I was never a big fan of steak.
Okay.
Never liked steak. Fucking fried chicken.
So if you could eat one now, you'd go
fried chicken.
Fried chicken's so good, man. Where is a good place I ate at? Yeah, fried chicken's good.
Have you ever heard of like KFC?
Yeah, KFC's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I was more thinking of like more upmarket shit, but I was like, I don't eat that. I was about to like say, yes, this is beautiful thing. But yeah, man, that's happened. I'm actually going to get jaw surgery at the end of the 2 years as well, man. Like, that's a whole ordeal. 6 weeks, you've got to be on a liquid diet. Jaw surgery. Jesus. They break my jaw in 2 places, and the whole point is, actually, it's society's like issue really. They have kind of promoted this idea that my jaw isn't in the right place, and just because it doesn't look like everyone else's, man. I'm ginger, and they didn't tell me to dye my hair, but because my teeth doesn't look like everyone else, they've gone, we need to sort it out. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been into. A lot of traveling for it. I don't even get it done here. So I think every time I go down to Hull, man, it is a bit like, I know I have to go. I'm getting it under the NHS, shout out the NHS, but it's kind of, I know all I'm going for is that. So it's 4 hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours travel, but it's kind of a thing where there's no real destination, because I'm going back to Manchester the same day. I don't know if you guys have ever done like a day visit to a town or a city, right? That's good. Let's go see the sights. Let's go on a journey. We'll see new things. But you're just going back to a city you were born in, and not even doing anything. You're just walking to a hospital, sitting there for an hour, then walking back. I think this is, a first world problem. There's probably people who have to walk 2 hours to go fetch a bowl of water. And imagine if they were watching this right now.
Yeah, but they don't know how exhausting a train journey is.
Yeah. Imagine
a train journey from Manchester to Hull. It's pretty. Exhausting.
I imagine, someone in the third world country, if they went to Hull, they would probably go back. They'd probably want to go back where they came from.
Yeah.
But
nothing worse than Hull.
Nothing worse than Hull. Nah, Hull's all right, man. I think it just gets a little bit of a bad rep. I mean, maybe we could show these people Hull. Maybe we show the world Hull right now. Hull it used to be a very big porting city during World War II and then thereafter. But in the recent years, it's changed into more of a, well, it's got parts, but I guess I kind of fell out of love with it. There's less and less reasons for me to go to the city. But I'd love to go back there again, man. I've got a lot of family there. There is a place in my heart for Hull, but there's a reason why I'm here, in Manchester. Different things, man. Another thing we got up to, I mean, is a couple weeks back now, but I went to the Chinese New Year, man, the Lunar New Year.
Yeah, I was there as well.
You were there. Me and Ben were there, but just didn't bump into each other. I can't believe you didn't see me with my colour hair, man.
I mean, it was pretty busy.
Yeah, but
it was very busy.
At Chinese New Year festival, there's not many gingers walking around,
I guess so. I wasn't looking out for a ginger. That was my mistake.
Fair. You should always be looking out for me.
Yeah.
But we got there, man. A lot of Chinese food, weird enough. But then I saw a lot of like crepes. People selling like Korean food, and I'm like, guys, can we not just all stick to the plan here? Like, all these other cultures just kind of like profiting off China. I just saw that as a little bit sly from them,
Said by a white man.
Yeah. Predominantly known for taking over shit. And
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, Chinese New Year, man, it was really good actually. Good. There was just everyone throwing around these like what are they called? Like firecracker things where you throw it at the ground. Fire snaps.
They were pretty annoying,
dude. So annoying.
Pretty annoying.
I'm sure this is like a universal thing, but that's at Chinese New Year. But like everyone just be throwing them at the ground, like right next to your feet.
Well, I was walking home. I was taking my mum back to my brother's flat, and there was these people behind us walking back the entire way, and they would throw like one every 10 seconds onto the floor. And it was so annoying. Yeah. So just. I get it if it's a
kid, but there was a lot of women just kind of like.
They were past 20 years
old.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah. So went there. We didn't actually grab food there. We went to go watch these Chinese women perform like authentic. I forgot what the dance is called or the performance. It's with a fan, and they kind of slowly like elegantly move on the stage. Right. There was these like 4 Chinese women, but the weird thing that started playing in the background. You know, there was hundreds of people in the crowd. You got these people, but behind them was this like digital screen playing Man City versus like Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Dude,
Yeah.
weird as fuck. So then I like started looking at the crowd more, and I got, wait, there's football fans here cheering when there's a goal scored. Like, there were some people. So imagine this. There's these like elegant old Chinese women like performing with their fans, and then you've just got Haaland scoring a screamer from outside the box, and some like Manchester lads just going, whoa. It was fucking weird, man. And yeah, it kind of brung me out of the immersion, you know. I thought I was in China for a sec, and then it brought me back to
No, you're
to
in
where
Chinatown, Manchester.
Right.
It's very different.
Yeah, it is. But the whole point of a Chinatown is to give you the illusion, right? That you're within the...
It tries to give a very strong illusion.
Yeah. It is interesting. I think they should start doing that more. Maybe we should have Mexico City in Manchester. Maybe we should have... other things. Like, I would definitely just live there, just eat their food there. This is something I expired. This is not me trying to be weird, but I generally haven't met a Mexican person yet, and I want to meet one.
I don't think I have either.
Dude, they're not about here, man. If any of you are in Manchester and you just want to, I don't know, maybe we'd go for a walk, or maybe we
a little stroll.
Maybe, I don't know what you guys would like to do. I'm sure not all Mexican people like doing the same shit, just like not all white people do. But I know there's similarities, you know. But yeah, let me know if you're Mexican, a real one as well. No Puerto Rico. I want an authentic one.
Yeah,
and
we don't want any Argentinians in here.
Yeah, I've kind of been there, done that.
Yeah.
So Mexican, please, only. Yeah, man. Did you make any of it? Like, what do you think when you went there, man? Chinese New Year.
It was pretty good. I didn't stay there too long. There was a lot of fair rides as well.
Yeah,
I
there
thought that was a
was.
bit strange.
That was
it felt
weird.
very westernized.
Yeah, it
for
did.
a Chinese New Year festival.
Yeah, there was a ride there. It's the one where like there's a row of like 15 people, a straight horizontal line, and then they rotate like circularly. I forget the ride, but they're all like, they move around in a circle. But there's this big line of 12, and in the middle was this tiny Asian girl, and like just the rest of them looked like adults. I was like, is that child meant to be on there? I never saw that child again.
Yeah.
So
she's gone now.
Yeah, maybe she's gone. But yeah, fairground rides, man. Shit's expensive nowadays, man. That shit was like £5 to get on.
Really?
Crazy.
I didn't
man.
even look. I just went straight to the pub.
Yeah, every time. I mean, it was even fairs and stuff. I don't remember my family being too keen on them. Like, I remember one year, the whole fair's quite big in my hometown. And instead of going there, my parents bribed me with 20 match packs. They were like, instead of, or maybe not, maybe 10, maybe I'm overshowing that.
Yeah.
But they were like, we can save, that's a good strategy as a parent as well.
Yeah.
We can save money, time, and just like the annoyance of having to go to a fair.
And not just that, match attack cards stay with you for life.
Yeah.
Just a fairground ride doesn't.
They stay with you until you move to uni, and
until
then
you're
show
about
them
13.
Right.
Yeah, maybe a bit older. 16.
Damn. Yeah, man. So I'll probably go there again next year. There were a lot of massage places in that place as well, and saw a lot of men going in there, man.
We should get massage together.
Oh, which type? Oh, you want me to massage you?
I wasn't suggesting that, but
you said let's get a massage together.
Yeah, but I sort of meant that we'd both get a massage.
Oh.
You know, from different people.
Oh, okay. But could I be like in the same room as you? I feel that'd be funny as
well.
fuck.
Yeah, we can be in the same room.
Like, because I just want to be
close enough so we can hold hands as well, and you know, we can grip our hands if it gets too tough and it hurts a bit too much. You know, like a father and son at the hospital.
Right. So would I be your father, or do you think you'd be my father?
I mean, you're older than me,
yeah,
so you have to.
So I have to. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, so in this situation, I think I've never had a massage, man, like a professional one.
Neither have I.
No, I'd be very scared because I've never had one before. How prone I'd be to like a boner popping out. You know, that's the classic thing. You know, getting hard.
Yeah, because it is a very sensitive thing.
Yeah,
you're getting your body touched in a very sensual way.
For sure.
I'd be pretty afraid of that as well. Yeah.
So maybe that's why I would want to be in the same room, because if that would be really funny if like you got really embarrassed because of that. But maybe that's why I would pick maybe the less attractive masseuse. Like if there was two there,
what a good word, by the way. Can we dwell on that for a
masseuse.
sec?
I wouldn't even know how you spell that. Is it like S?
So there's a lot of S's in there. That's
Yeah,
all I know.
fucking hell.
Masseuse.
Yeah. No, I've heard a lot of for like actual recovery when you get a massage that like the Asian massages aren't that actually practical. That like a massage like a physio would give you or something like that would actually be for like, I don't know, flexibility, muscle, relieving muscles. But I've heard like in terms of like how functional and how like practical the massages are at like helping with muscles and bones, it's not actually that good. I think it's literally just for leisure. Just you like getting rubbed, right? People just like getting rubbed down. You feel more relaxed, right?
I wouldn't feel relaxed if I had someone like, touching my body like that.
You're the one who suggested this, Bet. So you're saying you like being uncomfortably touched. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying
being forced.
I'm saying I don't like the fact that I like being uncomfortably touched.
Right, but you're aware you do.
Yeah,
like
but I'm aware I do.
Yeah, man. Maybe we should go. We should definitely go and get some massages sometime, man.
Yeah.
For sure. I think we start looking at what's happening in the world, man. I think every day I open up Reddit, I look on Twitter, and I find some shit. And I thought I'd show you some shit I found today that's interesting. Ben, can you show these people some crazy shit that's been happening recently?
I can.
I think it's always annoying when you park your car, maybe you've got to run to the shop, the shops are closing in 5 minutes, can't find a parking space, but I've got to park it there. Then you come back and you see some shit like this, man.
Oh,
fuck. Yeah, man. So here we see, is a Volvo getting removed by what looks like an automated car removal. It's on like the tracks, like a tank would be on, right? Like those kind of tracks.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, at first I looked at multiple things because I thought this was fake, but it looks very real. I mean, they were talking about like last year, like this coming into place. But imagine like rushing out, coming out of that shop, and then you've got no one to scream at. Like you just, because it's a robot, right?
Yeah.
Like I guess like
you can't tell a robot off. It's not going to know what you're saying.
The only redeeming quality of getting a parking ticket is shouting at the guy, right? Making him feel bad about his day. Yeah, the piece of shit.
Making him know that his job is worthless. It's not going to go anywhere in the world. Yeah.
But now, what the fuck do you do when a robot's there, man? I guess maybe you'd ask, ChatGPT? I don't know.
I'm going to try finding the off switch.
Yeah, maybe there is a way to hack this. But yeah, maybe one day, imagine if you hacked into that and just started like towing everyone's car. Wow, man. That is
a really
crazy.
good way to steal cars, I think.
Yeah. How long do you think that thing can go? So obviously that Volvo is getting removed. Yeah. But where could it be going? It can't be going far, right?
Yeah, true. It can't just drive it because it moves very slowly. It can't just drive itself to the nearest, car storage facility or whatever.
No.
It moves very slowly.
It does. Yeah, man. That's just crazy.
Do you reckon it just moves it to a different spot, to an actual parking?
Maybe. Yeah, it probably just moves it to. But I think this is becoming easier than ever now. Like all cars manufactured now have like GPS tracking and stuff. Yeah. So you wouldn't even need to know anything about the guy who did it. Like you could literally get the car's location and then probably just send this thing to go pick up a car.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's mad.
Yeah. So if you do see that in real life, let me know. I mean, I feel sorry for you because there's no kind of relief you can get from hurling at someone. Technology's going crazy, man. Technology is going crazy. And another kind of weird story today we saw was that crazy story. I mean, I know we all like our cereal out there. I love some Weetabix in the morning, maybe sometimes, or like the little what Cheerios are good. But imagine instead of milk, you had piss. Now, this weird-ass story we have is it was a guy in Tennessee. This story only came out like a week ago, but about 3 or 4 years ago, this guy pissed in a lot of Rice Krispie boxes. I mean, we got the video now. Let's watch this insane, right? This guy right now is in a factory. He's like filming himself, he looks, and wow, just lets go. Just relieves himself onto a conveyor belt. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? I love how it says World Star at the bottom too. So yeah, pissing onto what looks like the conveyor belt.
That's insane.
Wait, he's pissing into like,
That's where all the Rice Krispies are.
Dude.
That's...
Look at this shit, man. Wow. Just walks off. Damn. Do you think like he prepared for that, or do you think like this was just like fuck it?
I reckon this was his last day on the job.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we go down? Should we read the headline?
Of course.
A man who worked at Kellogg's factory in Tennessee and who posted a video online showing himself urinating on Rice Krispie cereal, the conveyor belt, pleaded guilty to the charges last week. Wow. So yeah, he did it back in 2016, but I think like it's come to light recently because he's only started getting like shit for it now. I don't know, but the crazy thing is, nobody knew. So there's Rice Krispie boxes out there or that have been eaten.
I think they must have been eaten by
now.
they're
being
must
eaten,
have been
right?
Expired, yeah.
Piss
so
Rice Krispies.
There are a few people who have been consuming this man's urination Krispies.
Yeah. Can we go back to the start of the video? I want to see how hydrated this guy is and what type of piss we're working with here.
It doesn't seem very hydrated.
No, you see, I think if I was going to do that, I would dehydrate myself for a couple of weeks, get that real piss smell in there.
Yeah, get very strong. Or would you want it to sort of...
see, actually, I think his sentence should be reduced because he has obviously drank his water.
Yeah, no,
I wonder if the judge took that into account.
I'm glad they blurred the penis.
If Gregory Stanton, if you're out there, man, I don't know any lawyers, but I'll plead for you if you need any help, man. Inspiration, this guy.
I'll plead as well. I want to see more of this guy.
Yeah.
I want to see more of his work.
And also, I want his next work to be a little bit more stinky. He
needs to go bigger.
Yeah, and also like worse piss. I want it to be dehydrated. I want it to be,
when held it in for a few days.
You know when that piss starts going orange, dude.
Or when you wake up in the morning.
Oh yeah. And you're pissing, and you're like, I don't think I want to stand here anymore. But then you have to because you're pissing.
Yeah, I want to see him next time as well. 3 streams.
Yeah.
Don't know how he can sort that out, but 3 streams.
That just happens randomly to me.
Yeah.
Like that. And I remember telling my friend about that. You ever like piss and there's like 3 streams? And he went to me, no, mate, that's never happened. I was like, you're bullshitting, dude. It doesn't always come out in one stream. It happens
to everyone.
Yeah, surely. Maybe not circumcised people. I think the foreskin plays a little role in that. The foreskin can kind of just dictate the stream, right?
Dictate.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So the stories like this, which kind of would give people a kick in the ass if they're in a job they don't like. But I would just say probably quit your job or hand in your notice instead of pissing on Rice Krispies or whatever you're working with. There is some other cool shit I saw. The reason why we're laughing is this next story is one that really makes you think, and it's kind of philosophical in a way. Drunk Turkish man joined search party for himself. This was back in 2021, but I only recently found out about this news story. If we just scroll down, according to a bizarre new tale, a Turkish guy who was sent missing in a forest ended up joining the hunt for himself. Behan Mutli, 50, a Bursa's northern province, was reported missing on Tuesday when he wandered out and inebriated in the forest from his group of friends, according to the Daily Sabah. Now, Daily Sabah, man, you'll have to let me know how reliable that is. But Mutlu, what a name, Mutlu ended up joining a group of volunteers who were assisting authorities in the search for him, according to the site. Damn.
So I think that's pretty funny. I think
if
you're joining a search party,
you're
gonna want to know who you're searching for.
Yeah, you need that energy. Like, that's the best thing about being drunk is like, if someone's in trouble, if someone needs help, you're like, yeah, man, I'm here, whatever. Yeah, and this guy was like, let's find this guy. Yeah. And in a way, he kind of helped them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if that guy didn't go and find himself, who he might not have ever been
What
found.
I think is funny is that there must have been a period of time as well where these people were walking alongside this man.
Yeah, can we scroll up to the picture?
Whilst looking for this man.
Yeah.
So they weren't doing a very good job either.
I mean, I suppose, like, from the story, you think, oh, how did they not think that? Obvious as fuck. But then, like, if I was, one of the guys in red here, the actual search party, I'd be like, no fucking way is this guy. I wouldn't even believe it if he told me.
What I find funny is that he must have had to walk and join the group at some point. And as he did that, no one thought to mention, hey, this man's just joined the group.
Yeah.
And he looks an awfully lot like the guy we're looking for.
Yeah. They must have had a picture or some sort, right? Maybe he's just one of those guys that looks completely different while drunk.
True.
Just like
his eyes just go.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I think that one of those stories, these are one of those stories that doesn't sound real. So I'm not 100% sure because it's only backed up by a few newspapers. And I'm sure if this story came out about yourself, you'd try and cover it up as much as you could. Like if you were known for being that, I mean, he was drunk, but trying to search for yourself.
I think it would be pretty funny. I wouldn't want to cover it up. I'd want to boost it.
You'd boost that.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, in Turkey, I don't know what Turkey's kind of wildlife's like, man. Maybe that guy could have been, if he didn't do that, he might have just been swallowed by a wildebeest or some shit. Just in the forest.
A dragon.
A dragon. Is that what they have in Turkey?
I believe so.
Damn. All I know is people just get their teeth done in Turkey. That's pretty much
and a
all
lot
I know.
of plastic surgery.
Oh, is it? Yeah, plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's just
as well.
general plastic surgery. Yeah.
Maybe instead of going to Hull, I could just go to Turkey and get it done in like a day.
Yeah, and you'll come back looking.
Yeah.
Good.
With no money as well. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Just get.
I think Turkey's nice for holidays as well.
Yeah, a lot of people go there.
A lot of good resorts.
A lot of people go there. I'm just right now not in a stage of my life when I'm like spending money on a holiday to then just sit on a beach chair and just sit there for the whole day. I don't want a holiday like that right now.
Yeah, you want to do as much as possible.
Yeah, while I've still got limbs and joints that work, I think I want to.
Do you think you're going to lose your limbs?
You can never be too sure, man.
I guess so.
Well, I just mean with the limbs, right? Some people have got legs, but haven't really. When you get to a certain age, you can walk to the kitchen.
They bend the wrong way.
Do they? They start bending the wrong way? Fuck. Just like inward bend. Yeah.
I think that could happen. I didn't make that up, but I think that could happen.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You must have weak ass knees. But if you're walking to the kitchen, I guess you still do have legs, but there's a point where your limbs are just slabs of meat, man. And that's where we'll all eventually be, man. We'll just be a piece of meat that is in the ground or maybe in a bottle. I've always thought about this. Would I want to be, cremated or buried? And I honestly have the answer. I think it's up to whoever the fuck's going to deal with it. When you're dead, right? Who gives a fuck? You're not paying for it. You're not doing anything. I think it's very selfish of dying people that they ask for all these things, man. Look at it. Unless you're like King Henry VIII or someone who people actually care about. Fuck me. Just deal with it. Some people can't afford for you to get buried, in a nice casket. I think we need to maybe reassess that. And I think there's a lot of kind of too much pressure on like funerals and like the way a funeral should be. I think me and you talk about this all the time. I think in this country especially, a lot of people are just afraid of talking about death.
Yeah, it's too traditional.
Yeah,
it's just too traditional.
Is. And I think funeral. I wonder what time of year funeral services make the most money. Could you search like what time of the year
I think
most people
winter,
die? Yeah, winter probably. What time of the year do most people die? I mean, it's quite a morbid. It has
the cold winter months.
Yeah, obviously cold winter months. So yeah, probably around then they're raking it in. Yeah,
raking it in.
There was this guy on the Hot Wheels show I talked about last episode, and his job was to dress up the bodies before they with open casket funerals. They have a lot of that in America, and his job was to put makeup on them, dress them up.
It's a really good film that looks into a guy who does that. It's called Bernie. It's got Jack Black in it.
Oh really?
And it's really interesting because the people who do that have a really weird connection with death.
Yeah,
because they are the ones that have to speak to all the family members of the recently deceased.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting occupation to have.
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic as well, because imagine you've just lost someone, you're like distraught.
Yeah.
Then someone comes through the door who is completely unfazed by it.
Yeah.
And is just like talking to
Well,
you.
they've seen it thousands of times, haven't they? So.
Yeah. No, I just love that. Like, weirdly comfortable with death, weirdly comfortable at talking about it. But that shouldn't be weird. I think if I ever had a kid or, was bringing up people, that you should educate them about it and kind of make it not this like elephant in the room that it feel like it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you talk to a lot of people who are dying and they kind of talk about it as if it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Death's pretty fucked up.
Dude, death is kind of like this thing which is unavoidable, but it's a thing which is unavoidable, which we know the least about, or some people like to think they know a lot about it, but let's be honest, none of us know, dude.
I think I know what happens.
Go on then.
It just stops.
Yeah,
I think people don't like realizing the fact that, once you die, there's nothing else.
Yeah. No, and that's kind of where religion comes into place, that comfort that there is something after it, right?
I think religion is sort of building upon the fear that there is nothing after death.
Wow, I think, religion's been around for such a long time, and I think, I used to think very much like you in the terms of, it's just black, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And that is kind of where it comes from. But I've changed recently from like an atheist to more agnostic in a way. That like, it's like, I think that's the case, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no one knows. That's the whole point.
I think something I have been trying to do is like analyze, wait a second, how much do I actually know about something before sounding so sure about something? And that, for one, is, when you see preachers and you see like people with that much confidence telling you, I mean, it makes sense probably because they've thought that the whole life, but with that much confidence, you're telling thousands of people, you're gonna go to heaven if you don't sin. Dude, we all sin, man. But it's okay to sin, but you can just talk to a guy in a box, confess it, and then you're fine.
Confess it, you're fine. It's like, all right.
What if I masturbate on a plane, dude? Do I need to fucking confess to that? And if I do confess, if I do something much worse than masturbate on a plane, I don't know, I could kill a man. If I confess, am I fine? If I confess to robbing a Snickers bar, am I now fine?
At what point is it like?
Because I think there's a lot of benefits in court if you say you're religious, because if you're, under oath. Imagine if I was under oath and I went, first of all, judge, I'm not religious. They're going to think, okay, you're going to just lie your fucking
exactly.
tits off.
So
I think
Bible,
if you suddenly see me becoming very holy, I've just got a really bad court case I've got to kind of do.
Yeah.
And there is something where if you know someone's religious, I mean, it's very much in their character as well, but you there's a little bit of trust there. They're like, if they're able to devote their life to something bigger than them,
it's a huge commitment.
That's a huge commitment.
It is a huge commitment.
And I think in a way it does kind of make you, it's a status. It makes you, and this is another thing recently as well, is a status thing. For people who don't have status, religion gives them status, right?
Yeah.
And that's another thing which is why so many people do religion, man. Damn. I don't know if I'll ever join the club, dude. Would you? Which one would you join? Which religious club would you join? If
Buddhism seems pretty cool, but I don't want to be, another white guy talking about Buddhism.
Yeah, every white guy who's not Christian is like, yeah, man, I'm basically Buddhist, but like I just haven't gone there yet, man.
Yeah.
Could we pull up like a pastor speaking like confidently about like religion? I just find it like, it makes sense, right? There's everyone's got to have someone to listen to. A great speaker can be powerful, but it just amazes me how like all these guys just look like they haven't stood a foot wrong in their life, and they're just like, so I mean, I understand it, don't get me wrong, it's just like you don't hear okay, this is an equivalent. You don't hear someone confidently speak about what will happen in 1,000 years, right? You don't hear someone talking, in 5 years, we will have this, that, and that. Definitely. But these guys are like, you're definitely going to go to the afterlife. Should we I just want to get the vibe for these guys.
Yeah.
Just like an old guy. Yeah, let's just hear one of these guys speak.
Let's go. Let's try.
Why speak in tongues? Here we go.
Oh.
Yeah, why you need
Sick
to
intro. Turn it down a bit.
Well, just go to when he starts speaking. Don't know why we're hearing this shit intro.
Oh, cursor's gone.
Brilliant.
Hang on.
Yeah. Oh, is it just like a little podcast?
It is.
Let's just hear what he has to say. Let's
No
hear a little bit of
pastor
this guy.
He was judged. He went to hell.
Oh shit, dude, they're playing like bass line under this.
He died on that cross. The only reason he could die physically was because our sins were laid on his spirit.
Yeah, I'm hearing that.
Back on Jesus.
Wow.
And Jesus cried out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?
Wow.
Jesus died.
Wow.
He went to hell. He became a prisoner in hell.
Oh shit. Wait, that would be the best job.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
His blood sacrifice for sins. When it was accepted of God on the mercy seat. When it was
Yeah.
Is that true? Did Jesus go to hell?
I never knew that,
I
but
don't
I've
think-
listened to this guy, Pastor Chris Oyukahimo. You know, however you say that surname.
Oh,
but
yeah.
no, thanks for that, Ben. I mean, it's kind of like confident. I think it would be a vibe. I think church is also a vibe as well. Like every Sunday, go there with your mates. I mean, there's a really funny scene in South Park actually, where they all just go to the church just to rip on the pastor. So they're all there and he's like trying to be serious, and then they all just end up calling him a paedophile. You know, the classic thing, like priest paedophile. But like they come out of it like glowing from church, and it's this whole thing of like, well, in a way, if they took it seriously, they would still be glowing and they'd still be good. Purpose, hierarchy, man. I just don't see myself, you know, wearing a cross. You know, if you wearing a cross chain. Yeah, man, religion, dude. Should we look at something which is a little bit more, you know, up to date? Well, we got this insane thing I saw today. This crazy scene from a movie. It shows this like behind the scenes of this crazy set change, and it just like made me. This video itself, it should be. It's a Reddit link I sent about. So it's like crazy camera set or something if you want to go to the doc.
Ah, here we are.
But yeah, this is one of the most like amazing videos, but also just stresses me out looking at it. Yeah, man, this is crazy. It looks like it's from some sort of horror film or set, but as you can see there, that's obviously what's come out at the end of the edit in the film, but what's happening in real life here. So it's like a living room, a woman's walking out, and it's showing the vast amount of people involved in changing the set on this long shot. So it's a continuous shot, no cuts, but the amount of work that's done at such speed. Wow.
Jesus.
So yeah, some of the opening scenes you see for films are like this, showing like a long passage of time, but that was all done in a matter of seconds. Wow, look at this guy behind the camera. Look at this guy. Just like shielding him. It is insane. I mean, you've got people's jobs who are to stand behind cameramen just to make sure they don't like hit something because of the amount of stuff that's going on around them.
Yeah. Well, imagine how heavy that camera is as well. You know,
Yeah.
the slightest bump and that camera's just moving and bunch,
Yeah.
you know?
Any steady cam guy, that's what they're called there, always. Any Steadicam guy always is ripped. Like they're just core strength.
They have to be.
Insane.
Have to be.
Wow, but look how much that living room is now changed. It looks like a completely different living room.
All in one single shot.
Look at that, man.
Man, what film is this? Do you know?
I wonder, does it say in the comments? I'm not sure.
It's a Jim Carrey film.
Jim Carrey.
You can
Wow.
see him, innit?
But yeah, thanks for showing that, Ben. But yeah, I think that just made me feel like so, like teamwork, things like that. I mean, they must have rehearsed that, what, hundreds? Many times to get that right. But that is insane. Yeah, man. I can't imagine that was that guy's first day at work, dude. Insane.
What if he's an intern, not even getting paid?
First day at work, he shows up and he has to do that.
So it's not even a film. It's a series called Kidding.
Kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
heard of it.
Yeah, the quality or the expectation now on series is insane. Like,
Yeah.
which has meant like the expectation on films is just like gone.
par. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we end this story on this episode, guys, on a slightly lighter note. I think something we can all agree is that when we were back at school, guys, the toilets weren't the best. I mean, unless you went to a private school, or maybe you were just like the first transsexual to get their own toilet. I think that's maybe a way of getting
Those
around
toilets
it.
must have been nice.
Yeah.
Them gender-neutral toilets.
Yeah. Oh, dude. They must only be used like once a day.
Yeah.
Once or twice a day.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the solution for this story. If we could pull it up, Ben. There was this guy, I believe it was in the UK, but he got sent home from school because he didn't want to use the toilets at his school. So for context, the toilets at his secondary school are something out of a horror show. Son asked to stay at home from school today because he needs a poo. Like, you look at that and think, what the fuck's his story? If he doesn't go in the morning, he's going to have to hold it in all day through lessons until he gets home. It's actually one of the most worrying things for him at the moment and causes so much anxiety. See, I know so many people who have so much anxiety around like using toilets.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo. I'm one of them ones who can just shit anywhere.
Really?
If anything, I'm probably the one making other people feel uncomfortable. I'm the one that is, I think I'm too comfortable. And I don't know why.
Are you the one that grunts in the toilet?
Yeah. For a power play, I'll just be like if he's doing it louder, I've got to do it louder.
Oh, right, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
I'll even finish shitting and just make fake noises.
Well, whenever I'm shitting in a store and I hear someone come in next to me, I'm dead silent. I pretend I'm not there.
Do you still keep shitting, or just you do?
I hold it in until they leave the bathroom. Even when they're washing their hands,
Dude,
I
so-
want to be dead silent.
So, what do you think the longest you've been in a bathroom because of that? Like, how long have you had to wait?
There was the other week at work. I don't really shit anywhere apart from work. I take my time sometimes at work. I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah,
I might as well, you know. But yeah, I literally just sat down on the bowl, and then a group of lads came in.
Yeah.
They all started using the urinal. I was dead silent, you know. I didn't want anyone knowing of my presence in that bathroom.
But people knew you were there.
People knew. The door was locked, so
Yeah.
they must have known. But then they all started farting.
Like, for real.
For real. And I think they were sort of getting into like a weird like farting competition. And it went on for quite a few minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was
Where are
pretty
these
strange.
guys? That's a cool little competition. I mean, would the competition be like loudest? I suppose it'd be loudest or smelliest. Like, I wonder, did you get a grasp of like how it
was
worked?
definitely a combination of the both.
Right, yeah,
It was pretty hard.
A lot. The shit that happens in men's toilets, man. It's like everything women say about men's toilets is just true. It is just true.
100%.
And I try and pretend that I'm better than everyone else, but I'm probably just as bad. And in this case, this mum is saying, I'm literally considering telling the school my son will be absent today because you refuse to maintain the toilets, which I'm sure you have a legal obligation to provide. Let their precious absence stats suck on that. Wow, dude. This woman seems like very prideful that she's...
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. If I had a son like that, I'd probably be like, hey, man, as long as you don't get disease, you're just going to have to troop it, dude.
No, I feel for this kid.
Wipe the shit, wipe the toilet seat, do what you need to. Maybe bring your own antibacterial wipes, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. He shouldn't have to do that. He should be able to shit. But I feel like secondary school, for the most people, isn't a great time anyway, right?
Yeah.
So this is just adding it for that guy.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I feel for this kid. I went through the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I think in my entire childhood, at school, I never went to the bathroom. I just refused to go. I'd hold it in all day, just because they were gross.
Yeah.
They
It
were
must have been like a
gross.
clogged pipe by the end of the day, though. You must have just got home and just let it rip.
It felt good.
Yeah.
It did feel good.
Fuck
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think that's helped me in the future though. Now I can hold my urine quite well.
Wow, nice,
Yeah.
man. I was going to say, another question. Have you ever had a shit without pissing? Now, this is a question.
Ooh.
I don't think I've ever have. I think always a little piss comes out. It's kind of like a side order. If you're shitting, you expect a little piss.
Just a little bit, though. It's like getting a burger without chips. You can't fucking do that.
Yeah,
That's
you've
just
got to
not
have
on.
chips.
You have to have chips with your burger.
Yeah. No. And I feel like that is the same with this guy. I hope this guy's now fine. We got an update. Oh, there's an update. Oh, wow. Thanks so much for all your support and sharing your sympathy for a boy who needed a poo. I can confirm he was okay at school and he sorted himself out in the comfort of his own home yesterday afternoon. I had to let his head of house, but the reply, I do appreciate that the school, it's an impossible situation. Also, for those who are wondering why he didn't go to school before, who gives a fuck? Right.
No. I think that last sentence is pretty good.
Okay. For those who were wondering why he didn't go to school before, he normally goes in the morning before school, but due to the term, he was out of sync, which tends to happen when your poo routine gets interrupted by 6 weeks. Is this a thing? To be fair, do you shit at a certain time in the day?
I've never noted for me having a poo routine. I've never really taken that into consideration.
No, I'm a morning guy.
Really?
Like, 5 minutes before you came today, I was in there. I was getting the shit done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, literally.
No, mine really just happens whenever.
Fair. So you're just kind of like a freelance shitter.
I'm a freelance shitter.
Yeah, you're a freelance. Whereas this guy's got a rigorous schedule.
Yeah.
I suppose, though, if you did have like a regular job and you had like a routine, maybe that dictates your shit.
If you're a really busy person,
yeah, you'd have to...
And you have to like take notes of everything you do, like, you know, you got set times for everything. I do believe a shit routine would happen.
Why also, can we Google this? Why does it take women a shorter amount of time to shit than men? Now, this is all anecdotal, but from my experience, I feel like they've been a lot quicker. Let's see if this is a thing.
Do men really take longer to poo?
Dude, let's see. There's a common assumption men take longer to poo. People on Twitter, in memes, elsewhere online, but is that right? Scroll down a bit. On the thing. Men may spend longer sitting on the toilet. Men do appear to spend more time sitting on the toilet. By a survey, they know that on average, men spend up to 40 minutes a day, with women who spend almost 8 minutes a day. Dude, that's nearly like double.
Yeah.
Men nearly spend double on that. Wow. I wonder why that is, dude.
Well, apparently women take longer digesting food.
Okay.
So it's expected that women would take longer. But for some reason, I think men are just easily distracted.
Right. So yeah, a man has just seen a tile that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or there's like...
Go on your phone, scroll through Twitter for 20 minutes.
Wow.
That's my sort of
I'm
routine.
glad that when you Googled that, it backed me up, because now I feel like smart, and now anything I say is true.
Yeah. I mean, everything you say is already true.
It's all objective, what I'm saying. But yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess maybe time your girlfriend, see if she's underrate or overrate. You've got a good one if she's underrate, man. That's fucking insane. I don't know if I've ever taken a shit in less than, I don't know, 10. I'm at least a 10-minute guy. I'm at least 10.
Sometimes I spend my time. Get a couple of YouTube videos up.
Yeah.
Taking my Nintendo
Sometimes
Switch.
I even bring a drink in there if I know it's going to be a
Maybe
long
a bit
one.
of a snack.
Maybe a snack would be...
Ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah, you bring your own snack there. Wow. Let us know how you guys have found this episode. Just me and Ben rambling on. We've got to head out soon. I've got to head to work. But I appreciate you guys all for listening. We're available on YouTube or Spotify, depending on where you're listening to this, and we're on social medias like Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. I'll leave links in below, and you can find Ben at there too. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.